Can you share a moment when your faith significantly influenced a decision you made?
It's a good question. Yeah. Well, why don't we talk about the other day when I drove to the gym midnight. I like to go at night times when no one's there in the gym, where it's not packed out. Drove to the gym, and then a guy who was like on crutches, he was like stopping me when I parked up the car. He knocked on my car window, and he was just asking me if I could help him, because he's feeling sick, and he showed me he just had an operation. He had like a scar on his neck, and it was swollen, and it looked really bad, and he was like limping when he was walking. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll help you out. Like, what do you need? And he goes, oh, I just need some money for electricity. And I was like, okay, let's see if he's genuine. So I was like, okay, I'll help you. So I actually prayed for him. I actually prayed for his for the pain to leave his body. And what was interesting, when I said jump in the car.
You let him in your car?
Yeah, I said jump in.
Okay, that's something a man could do. Not me.
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
No, I understand. And I wouldn't even recommend that you allow a guy late at night into your car, unless you have like, I don't know, a knife on you or something. Unless you can protect yourself. I think that's a better way of saying it. So I let him into my car. I prayed for him. I just laid my hands on him, prayed for him, and he was a Christian. You know, there's a lot of these homeless people, they have faith. So he was homeless. No, actually, he wasn't homeless, but he was begging because. But he needed electricity. He needed electricity for his flat. So, but he's like home alone. So I'm like, okay, cool. Brought him into the car. He goes, oh, could you? I said, I haven't got cash on me. He goes, could you transfer money? I'm like, no worries. I transferred money.
This guy's asking a lot.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah. But the thing is, I respect it because he's doing what he has to do to survive.
Literally.
You know, and that's why I appreciate it. So I'm like, okay, no worries. I transferred a bit of money into his account. I said, let's get you some electricity. So he goes, okay, can you drive me to my house for me to get the card?
All this, and you were just looking to go to the gym.
Yeah, literally. I was just going to go to the gym, but here we are. And I believe God set this up, and I believe a lot of things happen in life which are God ordained.
Yeah.
So I just went with it. I just saw God in it. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this. So I drove to his house, got there. His lights didn't turn on because I was watching to see if he was lying. He wasn't lying. Yeah, because the lights didn't turn on. So he went, and then he grabbed the key, and then he came downstairs. But when he was walking downstairs, he was walking like fine. I was like, what? And then he comes downstairs when I was in the car. I'm like, you're right, because I was going to open the door for him to come inside the car because he was limping. But he didn't seem to be limping anymore. I was like, you're right. He goes, mate, after you prayed for me, I feel so much better. I'm like, yeah, I feel like I can walk without pain. And then he was walking, and I actually took my phone out. I started video recording a bit of it. But it's very dark. It was like late at night. But I've got the video of him like saying, oh, I could walk without the crutch. And he put the crutch on my car, and then he was walking without it.
Wow.
I was so shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to record this. So I recorded a bit, but you could hardly see anything because it's pitch black, but you can hear what you were saying. And then after that, I drove him. I was shocked. So I drove him back to Camden, and then we went to get his electricity for him. But yeah, that was one area where I've had so many stories like that, where my faith would influence my walk. And it's all one, you know, the spiritual, the physical, the soulish realm, it's all one. It's not separate like I used to think. And when you begin to learn how to love people, that's just as spiritual as praying. That's just as spiritual as worshiping. When you know how to love someone, when you know how to feed the homeless, when you know how to put money in someone's bank or gas in someone's tank, you know you can help that person. That is spiritual. It's not separate. We like to separate things. Most people say, or most Christians, they say, I have a secular life, or I have a secular job, and then I have a spiritual life, and they're separate. So my spiritual life is only on Sundays when I pray and worship God, and then throughout, you know, Wednesday Bible study or whatever, and then throughout my day I'm working my 9 to 5. It's like, why separate it? Doesn't the Bible say that everything we do should be done unto Christ? Meaning that whatever you do it for the glory, you do it for God, and essentially that is seen as worship.
Yes. Wow. We are getting into it today. Thank you so much. If you are tuned in right now, I hope you stay locked in and enjoy the show that we have with Tony.